Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of
Don't Blame Me.
We're looking gorgeous today.
We are. We're both putting on a happy face.
We are.
Yeah, you have a broken finger, whatever's going on.
Well, in a wonderful update, I was able to it had grown enough that I was able to cut down one of the points of entry.
Okay.
Where it was ripped and sliced. And now there's only one left. And I'm actually like, knock on wood, I'm kind of discovering all of this. My fingernails grow pretty fucking fast.
I thought we already knew that.
Well, it was nice. I'm just trying to find the silver lining.
Okay.
Something positive coming from this situation of me versus vegetable peeler.
Mm-hmm.
Well, welcome to the podcast. This is Don't Blame Me, where we give you wonderful, amazing, life-changing advice. We gossip. We talk shit. I have to apologize, everyone. We did a lot of talking off mic.
Almost 2 hours worth.
Yeah. Well, there was just
There's
much.
So much research.
So much.
So much investigation. So much storytelling.
Yeah. And you
stuff that we cannot share on the microphone.
No. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways. Yeah, if you want to call in, get some advice from us. Can you start being we're also available to do internet deep dives and find things out about people if you need some help? I'm really good at that. If you want to call us, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. International listeners, you can send us an audio message at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. You can also just type out your predicament that you want some help with and send it to that same email address. You can send us a DM, or the easiest way to do it is we have a form you can fill out. The form is listed in the show notes of every episode, but it is also listed in our bios on social. And it gives you all the prompts and everything you need to know. And at this point, I feel like you know how to ask for some advice.
Mm-hmm. Shall we get into the advice?
Let's do it. I have so many goddamn fucking tabs open. I was doing investigative journalism, so forgive me until I find it. There it is. Okay. First up.
Oh, before we get into this, actually, on the form now, if you're giving an update, I have now listed, you have to give us a summary of the first call, because things happened years ago. We get so many calls, even though we're not doing as many as we were before. We get so many calls, so many write-ins that it's hard to keep up, and we don't remember everything. So now there's a mandatory section. So for the form, if you're calling or writing in an email, then please still include a summary of your original call.
Okay. First up. Hey, Eminem. I have a slight conundrum, and this person is 26, she, her. I had some new coworkers start late last year, and one of them has been sick since day one. Sick as in she's been at work less than 5 times in about 4 months. I have gotten the responsibility of teaching her the ropes, and she is clearly unable to follow the rest of the group she started with, which is great. I love my workplace being considerate. Yeah, I should have read that for more context clues. Now to the problem. I think she does coke at work and in her free time. She'll go to the bathroom for ages at regular intervals and come back with extreme mood boosts while usually rubbing her nose intensely. One day, she was stuck in a meeting and pretty supervised all day, and she completely collapsed at her desk after lunch, as in fell asleep mid-sentence, snot bubble, the works. Now, my question is, how do I talk to her and try and help her? She is my responsibility, and I do want her to thrive. However, if she does in fact have these struggles, A, she needs help, and B, it poses a very serious risk due to our work. So how do I go about the situation and trying to help my coke worker? Thanks. I'm sorry, that last line was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. It's, they wrote C-O and then parentheses K-E worker. And the funny thing is, I didn't read this all the way because I want to have a natural reaction to when we read it, but I just read the part where it said she does coke, and I put in the summary. Do you see what I put?
Wait, no, let me look.
Just scroll over.
Coworker.
Yeah, we were on the same wavelength.
So she might be your responsibility to train, but if a coworker is doing drugs at work, that is not your responsibility whatsoever.
No. That is not your problem.
No.
She's showing up for work now, kind of, physically. You've seen her more than the 4 times you saw her initially. Yeah, you train her for work, and that's it. The coke, if the company wants it to make it their problem where they, help her get treatment, If that's what she wants, because she has to want it, then sure, but not your problem.
No, if she's performing poorly at her job, it does not matter why
Mm-mm.
for you. Like that's not your responsibility. If you're like being called in being like, "Hey, like how's the training going?" and you're like, "Yeah, really not well." Like she's just like not really here, not present. She's constantly leaving like but to accuse a coworker of like doing coke is like crazy. And like unless you like know that for a fact, that could be I mean, like, imagine that they take you at your word. They're like, "Okay, for sure," depending on where you live, if you don't have if you're in at-will employment, and they fire her, and that's the reason why they fire her, and then she's like turns out that's not it. Turns out she's got, like, an ostomy bag or, like, something else that requires her to
Mhm.
go to the bathroom a lot.
And on top of that, also has bad allergies.
Yes, like, that it would be horrific. Like, there's just you cannot if you share that info like, that's also not me suggesting, like, find concrete evidence that she's doing coke. Like, no, you don't need to share any of that with anyone. You you know, you can have your suspicions, and there's a way for you to share that you find her behavior concerning and erratic and not stable and consistent for this environment. There's a way for you to share that with your higher ups that's not, like, accusing her of being on drugs. The only will say a caveat is you said, like, depending like, you know, "This is bad for our line of work." I mean,
Coke
that all
line?
that tells me is that you don't work in a kitchen,
Yeah.
and you don't work in finance, because those ones, they love it there. If you work with children, if she works operating machinery, like driving, anything like that, or if you work somewhere in the medical setting with access to that, then I would be like and if you're a mandated reporter, then I
Mhm.
would say, "Hey, you don't need concrete proof for that, but you could be like, I have suspicions about this and I need to report this." So, for once in my life, this is me saying, "Take your investigative journalism cap off, put that up on the shelf, and if anything, you just, like, go to your higher ups and be like, "Hey, I'm having a really hard time training her."
Yeah,
And
you can talk about her like she fell asleep or she's not
yes.
keeping up with everybody else. Like, you can talk about the actual things that are detriment that you have concrete proof of, but the coke, that's something you're just curious about and you have no proof.
Mhm. Mhm. And you can say, like, you know and, like, boss might just be like they might be like, "I am sensing that maybe these behavior patterns line up with drug use." But, like, there is a protocol of, like, how you go about that because like, you can't just accuse people in the workplace of that. So, I would just be like, I don't know, I'm also like, can you let her fail?
Yeah.
That sounds really bad, but if her performance is a direct like, if your review is a direct result of her performance, then I think you need to immediately call a meeting with your boss and be like, "Hey, this is, like I don't know what to do at this point, and, like, I'm not accusing this person of anything," and I would literally say this because, like, it's not accusing, but bringing that up makes it it
Yeah.
plants the seed of being like, I don't know how to handle this,
Yes,
and
I wouldn't say I don't know how to do this because then they're like, "Well, this is your job. That's what you're supposed to do." Just give examples of how she's not showing up correctly for her job,
Mhm,
and then that makes it difficult for you to train her. But you are continuing to do this. I just want to put it on. I just want you to know what's happening. I will continue to train her, but this is what's happening.
mhm. Like, I'm not sure how to get her up to speed with everybody else when she doesn't come into the office, and when she's in the office, she spends 99% of the time in the bathroom. Like, I'm not sure how to reach the metric you want her to be at when she's not even physically present or here. Like, it's just that is like a I would love to know any insight if you think of how we can tackle that, but, like, I also don't feel comfortable, like, policing bathroom breaks
Mhm.
and all of that, so I'm just not sure what you think the next step should be. Because also, like, why are they not suspicious that she's come into work, like, for is
They
she
probably
working remotely? Also, who does she hang out with, like, on the weekends? If you're like, "Oh, she goes to, like, a" also, by the way, if you can tell someone's on coke, other people can too.
Yep.
But best of luck, this would really stress me out.
All right. We're gonna take a break, and when we get back, we'll get into another one.
Why do most of us want to learn a new language? It's probably not, especially in my case, about memorizing grammar tables or topping a leaderboard. Melissa likes to win, though.
I do like to win, but when it comes to real-world learning for languages, it's more important to put it in practice than it is to win to me.
Oh, that's deep. And hey, you know how we get there? Babbel gets us there fast.
Learning a language with Babbel is all about small steps, big wins, and progress you can actually track and feel. And I like to track and feel in the same way that I like to track and field because I like to run.
And she's good at running.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, what I love about Babbel is they're bite-sized lessons. They fit easily into your daily routine, and they are also easy to, say it with me, everyone, remember. And as someone who has a hard time remembering, that makes it so much more attainable to me. And just 10 minutes a day is enough to start seeing real results.
I take what I learned from Babbel and use it in my everyday life. I've been working on strengthening my Spanish, and then also I do a lot of international work, and so I've been learning phrases so that I can communicate with my team leaders more.
I recently went on a trip to Colombia, and it reminded me, boy, oh boy, girl, you cannot be continuing to coast on your middle school and high school Spanish. And I find I'm so much more comfortable reading in Spanish and understanding, but not so much speaking. But with Babbel, it's getting me more comfortable speaking, but especially more confident.
Babbel has over 25 million subscriptions sold worldwide, and with 14 languages to choose from, every course comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee.
Here's a special limited-time deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/don't blame me.
Get 55% off at babbel.com/don't blame me, spelled BABBEL.com/don't blame me.
Rules and restrictions may apply. We're back. Hit me with another.
Hi, Eminem. I'm writing in for advice on an equally academic and social situation. So I'm studying for the LSAT right now. Things are looking good, and I thankfully may have a shot at applying to T14 schools. The largest barrier in my way is recommendations, which I have a good amount that I actively still talk to, but I have frankly zero professors. Most of my professors either never wanted to get to know students or I never wanted to know them. Don't want a rec from a conservative professor just because he liked me. But I had one visiting professor for an entire year and 3 classes. I loved her. She wrote me a rec for study abroad and an internship even a full year after she left the school, but I haven't kept in contact with her for almost 2 years. However, my LSAT teacher was like, you need to reach out to her, as he believes she'd still remember me after all this time. I just have no clue how to reach out without it sounding random. Additionally, I became a paralegal this year, and before I applied to law school, I went to work in a firm/in-house counsel. So I'm wondering if I could reach out to her for advice about that first, maybe even update her on my life working abroad in politics. Some more relevant info about this professor is that she's very chatty, too, loves to casually catch up with students. I went to her office hours often, and she was so helpful in guiding me toward the legal field. Anyways, would love your advice, especially for something other than mom's, in parentheses, God love her, quote unquote, call Taylor up mentality. I can take the tough love too. Thank you both.
You're reading way too much into this. With love.
Yes, here's the thing. Professors are used to people getting recommendations. They're also used to students disappearing for a little bit.
It's not even 2 years.
It's not even 2 years. She 100% remembers who you are. She's already written you a letter for recommendation. She probably still has that on her computer and could open it up and just rewrite what she already wrote for her. But also, do not go to her asking for multiple things. That is not how to open up this conversation. You go to her and say, hey, professor, haven't talked to you in such a long time. Thank you so much for all the wisdom and the letter of recommendation you wrote for me before. Then
it's
give
opened
a summary.
So many doors for me. And like, you know. I'm such a big fan of you and your work. And like, I was,
and quote something from what you told us from that we're cutting out the podcast from what you told us. This person is very active in the field. So find something that she recently did and link the article and say, I just read this article that you were mentioning or something. And I really like this X, Y, and Z insight. It was so helpful. However you connected with it. And then update her with, this is what's going on in my life. If you're not busy, I would love a letter of recommendation. Can you do this? Send her an updated, or after she's responded, then you send her like an updated resume, and then I'm sure she's going to write you a letter of recommendation.
She's without a doubt done this last week for somebody else. Like, it's just like, it's not random at all. And you're like, well, I don't want it to sound random. It's not.
It's not.
They get this quite literally like almost every day. This is something, and like it's a huge part of it. And like the fact that she's already written you one, like there's not going to be any. And like specifically when you again, we're cutting this part out, but like you cited like some of her specialty aspects of this, and like she gets it. Like she gets it. Like there's not like this like song and dance to kind of go around it. Like there's a system in place. This is how the system works. She knows how the system works. She's not going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe now I feel taken advantage of by one of my former students who I already wrote a letter of recommendation for. Like, and I think like if there's a part of you that feels embarrassed, that you feel like by now you should have had another professor to kind of reach out to for that's not her, and you feel like any sort of embarrassment or shame going back to her that you think she's going to look at you or think of you differently, she's not. Again, when you have had like a great letter of recommendation from someone, unless like it has been 10 plus years or it's a completely different field, most people do want to use the letter of recommendations, or at least have updated ones from people where they've seen success from those letter of recommendations. Like that helped you said study abroad and all of that. So like that, I would be so flattered if I was them. And again, like Melissa said, like don't in trying to make it like not quote unquote random, don't ask for more to then like subtly slip in that. Like, you've done it before. She's used to this. This is something that she does and she has done for you before. And give her the respect of being like forthcoming and honest.
Yes. Even like I haven't been in college in 20 years. Okay. Well, it's been less than 20 years, but I started over 20 years ago. Somebody that I they worked in a department that was a extracurricular for me. And one of my friends works like in that field too at the university. And that person brought me up in a meeting and said, we need to get them here to be a guest speaker. I literally have not talked to this woman in 15 years, but she knew who I was and she brought me up.
Yeah.
So
in general, like if someone has something favorable to say about you, that is still the last impression that they have. Like there's not a responsibility, especially like you're so early in on this, and they get that like it's not a responsibility to continue to foster that relationship necessarily. And like I cannot stress enough how much less than 2 years is. Like that's like a blink of an eye.
Right.
Like I promise you, she probably doesn't even realize it's been that long. Like you probably only know that because like you're stressing about it. But like this is like a long haul career path, and the people who understand that the most are the people who have gotten across that line.
Right. So, like Megan originally said, you are overthinking this. This is not something that's scary. And also, I have a controversial opinion. If a conservative professor that liked you can write you a stellar letter of recommendation to get you in school, you use them for what, like you use them to get, like you can do so much good with getting into law school, and you would let someone like not wanting a recommendation from someone keep you from doing that?
Like, unless, like, he is, like, the heir of, like, Lockheed Martin and you're trying to apply to Greenpeace.
Right.
Like, unless it is, like, a straight up, like, the name is recognizable in the sense of, like, it will be a deterrent, or unless you are worried about he's going to inform his political like opinions within the letter.
Right.
I don't think it's harmful at all to even just have him write one. You don't have to use it either.
And usually when somebody like writes a letter of recommendation, if the place that you're sending it to is like it needs to be in a sealed envelope with them signing the outside of it, they usually give you a copy of it. That's how it is, so they know that you haven't forged it. They usually give you a copy of it.
That's like doing way too fucking much. By the way, if you can forge a great letter of recommendation like as someone else, like I think that's a skill.
I mean, ChatGPT also exists now too.
Well, that's not a good letter.
You could use it to create a character. They would write it and you could go back and rewrite it to make it so it wasn't terrible. But they usually print you out a copy of it so you can read it before, because they're also like proud of what they did.
Well, yeah, like you should. What if you send a letter of recommendation and like it's not a good letter? Like that'd be so awful.
Yeah, so read it, and if he imposes his political beliefs in it and think that you're going to be like a right-wing queen for justice, then yeah, don't include that. But if you think they really liked you as a student and they're gonna write you a letter of recommendation, take the letter of recommendation. As a lawyer, you're not going to agree with everything that you may, depending on what side of law that you fall on. You gotta fight for your client regardless of if they're guilty or not. Gotta get used to being uncomfortable.
Yeah, again, like unless it is like Ted Cruz, unless it is like
if it's somebody terrible that like they'll be like, oof, they just no, and they're not, when they're going through your letter of recommendation to read it, they're not gonna research the person. They have so many things they have to get through. They're just gonna read it to make sure that you're fine. And usually the letter recommendations are the thing that tip you over after you've already crossed the other hurdles.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm just also just shocked that it's supposed to be like in a sealed like, man, it's like so serious.
You never had to do anything for school like that?
College, but I don't remember it being like in. I don't even think we had to mail it in. It was like I think they sent it digitally and then we uploaded it to the I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was. I guess I didn't have to do it for Common App. I had to do it for private schools. I think I had 2 teachers who did it. Maybe.
Yeah, that's usually the standard is 2 teachers.
But yeah, no, I don't like have any recollection of like a sealed envelope with like a signature on the outside. Because like I would be in the fucking hallway then with the flashlight trying to like read through the envelope.
It's
like
folded. You can't.
It would make
what's
me.
In there.
I'm sure it would make me crazy.
But they gave me like a copy of it to see anyway.
Yeah, well that makes sense.
Yeah, because like you write a letter of recommendation, you want people to the person that you're writing it about to see it.
No,
I just wrote somebody a letter of recommendation and I sent it to them before I sent it off to what I needed to send it off to, because I wanted them to be like, oh, that was really sweet.
Totally.
Or like, this sounds good. And also I want to be like, is there anything that you want highlighted that I didn't write?
Yeah, that is like pertaining to this job or whatever. Yeah. I just think like, again, with love, you are overthinking this way too much. And if you're going to be a lawyer, you have to do a lot of thinking. Like, do a little bit less right now and you don't have to.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we're going to chat.
We're back.
Did you see Timmy?
What did he do this time?
There's photos of him with another woman. People are saying he hid once he saw the photos. But he was in public. I think they didn't look coupley. I think they were literally just out as friends. It's okay to be friends with people of the opposite sex. But I just feel like I don't keep up with Gen X superfan, but I feel like she is having a field day with this.
Do you think she set it up?
I haven't looked into it. Not that she set it up. I just feel like she's like, what's she called? Kylie? Slurpee.
Well, that's the part that
I was going to say squishy. I was like, do you think she's like, look, Slurpee, he's got this new woman, or is she even more jealous of this new woman?
No, I think she's going to be pro breaking up Slurpee. Let's see if she's posted anything. Oh my God. She tweets the longest tweets. Like, there's just so many
She got so happy when they extended the
Melissa, like she was thrilled. She remembers the day it was there. Like, the amount of times I have to click show more. Okay. She's upset with American Cinematheque.
It just happened, like, yesterday, I think. So if it's not within the last couple days, then she hasn't posted about it.
Well, I'm still scrolling and she's just got to
Oh.
yesterday.
Okay.
Was it in Paris, do you think?
Yes, it was in Paris.
Okay. Well, she's covering him in Paris
Okay.
intensely. Oh, he's got some new facial hair. It looks good close up, but when you, like, zoom out, he's got such a small head.
Mhm.
It's really... I don't think she said anything.
Hmm.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, so, I'm looking at an article that Screen Rant printed, and they're sharing a tweet from the XO show, and it says Timothée Chalamet was spotted with French-Romanian actress Anna Maria Bartolome in Paris. I'll send it to you so you can see. It says, according to eyewitnesses, when Chalamet and Bartolome left the hotel, they were shocked by just how many paparazzi were waiting outside.
Seems like movie promo.
And I don't think Timothée Chalamet would ever be shocked by how many paparazzi are outside anywhere because
While
they
he's doing
follow
a
him.
press tour in
Right.
Paris for a movie that he's doing the Oscar rounds for. Yeah. No, this also sounds like this actress maybe is in the running for a role
Yep.
with him, and
They had like dinner at the hotel or something.
and he wants her to get the part, and so Photograph sees that people are excited about it.
Yeah. So, again, I don't know him. I don't know Slurpee. I don't know Club Chalamet, but I just, this is a constant conversation. And since you do have them getting engaged on your predictions, then I just wanted to bring this to the table.
No, and I'm glad. I can't believe it didn't come across my desk. As someone who stays deeply up to date with Club Chalamet, who gives me the intel and everybody else. Well, she's also in the heated rivalry discourse, which I think is probably what's keeping her a little bit busy. She's called some of the heated rivalry fans unhinged. And everyone said, honey, not the word choice I would use from you.
Pot, meet, kettle.
But, like, is she unhinged or, like...
Is she just so tapped in?
Yes, that's what I think. Like, she's just, like, really fucking locked in. And, like, sorry this Gen Xer knows how to use social media. Sorry she's utilizing the character count. Like, sorry she capitalizes her letter. Like, everything's grammatically correct. Like, sorry I can, like, feel her personality through her tweets. Sorry that she is dedicated and loyal, And, like, she seems like she knows boundaries. We're not getting any, like, New York Post, Club Chalamet arrested for 10th time breaking into Timothée Chalamet's apartment. Like, we get those all the time from other celebrities.
And he always goes to find her in a crowd.
Yes, because he knows his mama.
Yeah. Everything I know about her, I've learned from you, except when she had her Wall Street Journal article. I think I saw that either at this... you hadn't brought it to me. I had seen it before.
And you went to send it... I think you texted me saying, I went to send this to you, and I realized you reposted it.
You had liked the post. I went to send it to you, but you had already liked it.
Oh, yeah. I'm up to date. I am absolutely up to date. And, like, I just, like, think we need... Everyone talks about how we need more whimsy in the world, and, like, you want to squash Club Chalamet? That's, like, the definition of whimsy.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. Speaking of unlikely duos...
Okay.
I have no idea what this is from. If this is like a 7-Eleven commercial or something, but this is my new favorite photo. Everybody, you can watch the video.
Oh, no, it is a TV show. I know that Meghan is playing a single mom, and then they have a flirtation. She's a postal worker.
Yeah, I can tell.
And they have a flirtationship.
Well, everyone says, tell my grandkids this was Harry and Meghan.
See, I actually think Twitter has me more tapped in than the other social medias because Twitter is so specific to only what I want to see.
Yeah.
So it's got me more tapped in and more focused, and I'm not doom scrolling like I was on the other apps.
No, because in general, like, you're either in a blissful echo chamber
or
that's
exactly
something
where I am.
Knocks you out of it so quickly that you have to shut the app, like, immediately. Like, it's so jarring that you're like, I have to be done and I need to go outside and touch grass.
Yeah.
Like, so for me, I can't doom scroll the same way.
So for people that are just listening, what did you just show me?
I just showed a picture of Meg, parentheses, the Stallion, in absolutely rocking an already very sexy, dare I say, one of the sexiest uniforms the Postal Service, sitting on a tree stump with Danielle Radcliffe, who's also sitting on a tree stump.
Mhm.
And she's drinking, I did think it was a Big Gulp. I thought it was a 7-Eleven ad. But no.
It might be a big gulp for the show that they're in.
True. Sponsored by 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Get some product placement in there. I love that.
Did you also see that she had a Westminster dog show ad? Her and her dog are walking. It is absolutely stunning. As you like to say, stunning. It is beautiful.
Stunning?
Yes.
Absolutely stunning?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm fucking excited for that. I saw who won. It was
that it was a Doberman Pinscher that was serving cunt.
No, like
I've never seen a dog look like that.
I've never seen a dog with that like that little like the walk. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, were you studying Naomi Campbell? Like, it's like a saunter. Like, I was like gravity wise, how are you not falling over? Like, you are body yaddying as a canine. I was so deeply impressed, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to start paying attention to this.
Yes. Also, they did a dedication to Catherine O'Hara because of her movie Best in Show.
Yeah. That's a nice way to honor.
Yeah.
Do you know what the New York Times did? Something that is like so deeply fucking unhinged. I was like, I kind of want to file a complaint. Like, this was like this felt like something like The Sun would have done. Like, it was just like in such poor taste. Probably like 2 days after she died, one of the clues for the crossword puzzle, or one of the not crossword, I think it was the spelling bee one, which like you've got like letters and then you try and make words. And one of the clues for it was like Catherine O'Hara no longer does this, and it was live.
What?
I was like, what the fuck? And I think they said Catherine O'Hara parentheses sadly no longer does this, and I was like, no.
That is
pick like Catherine the Great. Like, pick someone like someone famously like.
Someone that we haven't lived in the same, not just same lifetime, but last week.
Like, that's insane. I'm not surprised. That's why I was like, oh, of course. But like,
that's
God.
in poor taste.
Horribly poor taste. Horribly poor taste.
Which one was this?
Spelling bee?
No, paper.
The New York Times.
Yeah.
That's why I said not deeply surprising.
Yeah.
But.
I mean, all the papers, the big papers now are owned by certain people. Jeff Bezos, Washington Post, they're laying off a bunch of people this week. He's laying off people across the board at Amazon, at the Washington Post.
Yeah.
So the media is controlled by a lot of people with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or a few people with a lot of money.
It's scary. It's getting scary. It's scary. Do you see Tate McRae did an ad for the Olympics?
For America. And she's Canadian.
Yes. She is from Alberta, which, you know, makes that that slippery ski slope to America. It's a little bit closer, you know? I don't mean geographically. I mean politically, socially, with where our current state of America is at. But I'm like, I'm shocked. And like, I just want to send my condolences to Canada. Like, that is like such a massive betrayal. Because also like Canada, like, it'd be one thing if she like repped the US for the Summer Olympics, but like the Winter Olympics, like that's like Canada's fucking like you're almost picking a losing team. Like, I'm like, how much money do they pay you for you to bet against your people in snow?
I still don't know who she is. I just know she exists, and I hear her name a lot.
No, we're gonna get you to understand Noah Khan before I don't even need you to get Tate McRae. That's irrelevant to us.
Walking down the street wouldn't know a thing.
No, and you know what? We don't need to change that. There are other things that I love when you get, hey, you brought up Zara, and I was like,
yeah, I like, now that I know who she is, I immediately recognize her whenever I see her. I like her music. I like her dancing. I like her.
I knew you
Tate
would.
McRae, still don't know who she is.
And that's why I'm not even, I don't need you to like Tate McRae because I'm good. That's
you
not...
know who also I was like, oh, they do music?
Who?
I don't even remember their name now, but they were I was watching the Grammys, and they were nominated for Best New Artist, and I was like, I thought they were a TikToker. Hold on.
Alex Warren?
No.
Somber?
No.
Cat's Eye?
Nope. I know who Cat's Eye is. Addison Rae.
You know, you're not wrong. She is a TikToker, but she did release an album, which is very fun. Like, it's old school. It's like very old school Britney.
I didn't hate it when I saw the performance.
No. So basically what happened was she grew up in Louisiana, very Republican, very conservative.
Is her mom the one that was dating, what was his name? Gravy, Old Gravy? Young Gravy.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Gravy, whatever, Gravy something. Yes, and she's got the one with like the tattooed black eyeliner and the piercing blue eyes.
Yes, so yes, that's what
and
I just knew.
And her dad's also embarrassing too.
I just knew, I was like, they're a TikTok family. That's what I thought about them.
And then seemingly, as her parents were like publicly feuding on TikTok, and her mom was like making out with Young Gravy and her dad is like making out with like a 20-year-old, like someone her age. Addison stepped away from the family dynamic seemingly, and she met a lot of gay people and became friends with them, became friends with Charlie XCX, and then she got in the studio, was dancing her little ass off, taking her little singing lessons, and released a very, very like Y2K early Britney Spears album. And people who have gone to the concert said like she's gonna be like the
early
more that
Britney
she works,
Spears
it's gonna be great.
90s.
Huh?
Early Britney Spears will be 90s.
But no, I'm trying to do a distinction between like Mickey Mouse Club Britney and like Baby One More Time. Like we're talking like fairy tattoo Britney. We're talking like what, second album, something like that. And everything I've seen from her like seems like very fun, and she like loves being like pop star vibes, which like I like. Like I don't want my pop stars to look like they're being held against their will.
Yeah.
She was nominated. I saw someone post something that I was like, oh wait, that is like really crazy. How TikTok has like changed the Grammys in a way that it was like Addison Rae's nominated, Cat's Eye doesn't even have a full album. They have like 4 singles and like only all of them have at least one line that like makes you like pause what you're doing and go, what the fuck?
That whole one songs that they perform?
No. Oh, but Melissa, that's their one of their best ones.
I know. I've heard it before.
Have you heard Internet Girl?
Yes, I have heard Internet Girl. Who is writing the thing is,
AI.
They have all the elements to be
They quite literally put them through a boot camp.
The best current girl group. Why don't they have real songwriters writing songs for them?
Because they don't need to. They still chart. That's what sucks.
I understand they still chart, but that's not... You want your legacy to be good. I'm sure that they're all gonna, at one point, want to start their own solo careers. No one's gonna take them seriously when they're talking about chicken and zucchini and boba tea all being, what's the...
Gnarly.
Yes. All being gnarly.
It's like...
There's one word to describe all these things. Gnarly.
And also, I need to know who wrote that, because like gnarly means something like so different as someone who grew up in California.
And gnarly can have so many. Gnarly does have different definitions.
Yeah.
But
the
what
context
do they
clues
have,
aren't helping me.
What
I don't
do
know
they have
what
to
gnarly
do what
they're
saying?
talking about.
What does it have to do with their saying?
Because by the way, like if you're from LA, Bay Area, and you say like, oh my God, that fried chicken was gnarly, I know what you mean. If you're from somewhere else and you say that fried chicken was gnarly, I'm like,
I mean, it's disgusting.
Bad? Do you think it's bad or that was good? Or is it...
Yeah, it's like, also the context in what you're saying, and they're saying it all in a vocal fry. I don't know if it's good or bad. I want them because they look good. They look great. Sound good. And the lyrics are terrible.
Yeah. No, it's like, it is
like
a
they
crime.
Have all of it except for the lyrics. The beats sound great. The dancing's great. They look great as a group. They sound phenomenal.
They put all that work in to create the perfect group, and then they just like you can't even give them like Meghan Trainor songs. Like give them like this feels like AI generated.
I can write something in the next 5 minutes that would be better than what they have.
No, and it just is like so And I can't imagine how they feel because I want to say their age span, like the youngest one is like 19, but the oldest one's like 26. Like I cannot imagine being like 26 years old. And it's like, I finally made it. Look, mom and dad. And then it's like, this is what I have to sing.
And after the heat of the Gap commercial.
I know.
Like they should have had bangers in the tank.
Like Kelly's not even doing karaoke of their songs.
Yeah.
And like Kelly's going to be over before Cat's Eye even has a song that's good enough for karaoke.
Yeah.
I think if you have been popular for over a year and Kelly has not done a karaoke or like talked about how she wants to do a karaoke of your song, I think it's time to rethink your songwriting strategy. I'm shocked by it, but I get to cross off one of my predictions already because Olivia Dean won Best New Artist.
She did, but I thought that was a given.
Did you like her performance? I love it. I love her. She's just like, she has fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is so, I love watching her. She's just like a joy to watch.
Let's take a break and when we get back, let's talk about the huge winner of the Grammys.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
We're back, and we're going to talk about the big winner who capped off what's going to be a spectacular week. Bad Bunny, Benito. He won Album of the Year, he won Global Music Performance, and he won Musica Urbana Album.
I love him.
I do too. He looked so good. He gave great speeches. Also, the moment, which is low-key kind of pissing me off, is people are taking his moment of winning, where he was like paused and like in disbelief and really taking in the moment, and they're turning it into something negative, like this is me when.
Oh, no, I hate when people misuse the emotion behind a gift. And they're like, my reaction picture. And I go, no, it's the same. It's, you know how I feel about the fucking whispering in George Bush's ear, being like, bad news. And I go, that's about fucking 9/11. And like, I'll make a 9/11 joke all the time, but like.
I won't. I'm strictly against it. I just want to put it on record again.
But specifically, I can do that because I was alive.
So was I.
No, here's the thing. You and Mott have a line that you go too far. Because I think you have to be a certain age that you were like, you were too conscious that you're like, I can't joke about that. But I was conscious enough that I'm like, I can joke about it. And then you have Gen Zers and I go, no, you can't joke about this.
I was, as I've said before, I was literally in my television production class.
Yeah.
We had the TV on. I watched the second tower being hit and I saw people jumping out the buildings. Never okay.
Never okay. And I want everyone to know that my jokes about 9/11 are the jokes about how America responded to 9/11 with a deep amount of racism and a very weird amount of patriotic ads on television.
True. How did we get on the subject? Oh, misusing his meme. I mean, first of all, turning it into a meme, and then second, misusing it, and third, it just happened. We're not even removed from it. This was literally happened the day of.
No, that's too much.
And it's still going on.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. But congratulations to him. I also like that Trevor Noah kept coming up to him and being like, hey, so like I know you can't perform, but I mean you can say the lyrics, or then Trevor would be saying the lyrics. And Bad Bunny was like, did you just say my lyrics? And then bringing out the band to play the song. I thought it was great, but he couldn't actually do a performance because it's too close to the Super Bowl and he's under contract. And I can't wait for Sunday to see that as well.
I'm so excited. There's a lot of like rumors going around online that he was wearing like a bulletproof vest underneath his outfit and that he was sitting at the table alone, which he was sitting at the table alone. And that was like, he's getting so much hate. He didn't want anyone to be associated and like receive any that by proxy. But I think a lot of people are also doing this as like saying like he was worried that he was going to be targeted and that's why he was wearing the vest and he didn't want anyone to get hurt there. I don't know if that's like the case. I could without a doubt see not wanting to like people be associated with him unless they make the choice to do that, because like it's like, you know, he made the choice to perform at the Super Bowl, which like I'm so glad that he is, but he knows, and I don't even think he could have. Think he probably had an idea, but I think it probably has surpassed the reaction that he thought, the negative aspects of it from people, that like, you know, unless someone wants to opt into being associated with that like level of backlash from that community. But I like, I love him. Like, I really do. And I think that the Super Bowl, I cannot wait. Like, I'm so excited.
Me too.
But now I'm torn because like I would never want to root for the Patriots because like
I'm rooting
they're
for Cardi
annoying,
B.
but that's the issue.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for the Patriots. I'm rooting for Cardi B. And I'm rooting for Bad Bunny. And I hope that she also joins him.
I would love that.
They got songs together. That's it. I truly don't care about the actual Super Bowl. If I end up getting work, like not work done to me, but getting a paid job, I'll do that instead. I'll watch Bad Bunny and that's it. I'll take a break and watch Bad Bunny. But otherwise, I'll be going to Avius.
I'm going brother and sister-in-laws. We're going to watch. And I might make a cake because we were traveling on his birthday, so he never got a birthday cake. So I might do that.
What kind?
I haven't decided yet. I was kind of thinking of trolling him and making a giant football cake. But I don't know
And
how.
make it look very like 90s sheet cake. Like you just
so funny. Yeah. And I do like the
and then
toothpick
put the
goals.
And yes, and then put the little
I feel like this is my birthday cake.
And put literally not candles, but the ones that are the numbers.
Oh my God, yes. I'll do his lacrosse number.
Or just get his face printed on his sheet cake.
I love that Sabrina Carpenter had that for when she turned like whatever age that Leonardo DiCaprio stopped dating girls at, and it was like that meme of him being like, "Oh no, you're too old."
I missed that one.
It was funny. I was like, she's got a good sense of humor.
Before we close this out, I'm going to read some reviews. All right, so here are your reactions to last week's episode. Ross, we said, how old is he? And then that was what I said. And then Megan said, old enough. And then they put 2 skull emojis.
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about Hassan, who now I know.
Yeah, that one's actually crucial for you to know. Yeah. Imperative for you to know. I can't believe that I was just sitting on a man. I wish. With eyes like that. And I had no idea that you didn't know. Like,
no.
That's like, I can't believe that. Like, I'm a bad friend. Like, yeah. I should have double checked.
Well, now I know. So that's all we got to worry about. It.
And you know what? One day you'll know who Noah Khan is.
I know the name now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Does he have brown curly hair?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I no clue what his face looks like.
That's
Still
okay.
Don't know.
That's okay. He's a man. He's a man.
Yeah. Okay. And then Samantha said, I really miss frozen yogurt. There are very few places to get it in Sweden, and the ones I've been to no longer has the neutral flavor anymore. What's neutral flavor?
Tart.
Oh. That's not neutral, though. Tart is still a flavor.
Well, it's supposed to be the base flavor, but yeah.
Okay. I also don't like the idea of watching heated rivalries since a lot of things I've seen from fans have been kind of romanticizing Russians, and I've heard from some Ukrainians that they feel really uncomfortable by that. I'm not really judging people who watch it and like it, but I just don't feel comfortable watching it. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Okay, I want to say this person's not wrong, though, because I ended up on figure skating TikTok, and there's like a whole community of Americans who are obsessed with the Russian figure skaters and like obsessed with like the Russians as a whole, that I was today years old and I learned about this like odd fetishization of like Russians like they become, because they're also quite young, and like I think it's because like they're younger people who like Russia has been in and out of the Olympics like throughout their life, so like it hasn't been a consistent thing, and so they're viewing Russia as the underdog, and therefore have, I think inadvertently, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because they seem to be young teenagers, have inadvertently become a little bit pro-Putin. And I'm like, So, no. This is very weird, but I don't know if the show is like that, though. But I mean, like, Russia's big in hockey and, like, big in ice sports in general.
Yeah. New information for me. All I've seen is lusting thirst traps, but not specifically because of Russians. And the two main characters aren't Russian, are they?
He is.
One's from Canada. Oh, I
other's
thought one
Russian.
was from Texas.
That's where the actor's from.
Oh, but the character is
Yes,
Russian.
he does, like, a very, apparently, like, a spot-on Russian accent to the point where, like, people were like, they thought he, without a doubt, was, like, second gen, like, thought his parents were Russian, like, the actor, because they were like, I can tell he has an accent, but, like, his Russian is, like, almost flawless, that, like, only native speakers would be like, oh, you learned as a child who grew up in America with Russian-speaking parents. And he was like, no, never spoke Russian a day in my life until this thing. Had to have a couple months to prepare.
Huh.
He's just probably one of those people who's, like, very good with accents and, like, I would assume he's probably good at impressions too then.
Learned something new today. I've
Mhm.
never heard any line of dialogue from this show, but I will watch eventually.
I will watch eventually as well. Mostly because as I've been taking my walks, I've been inspecting, like, how long you can see my TV from the street
Mm-hmm.
and, like, you know, checking that way. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to subject people to be like, whoa.
Do you have
That's
a backdrop
ass
for
on the
when
big
you
screen.
do self-tapes?
No, but I need to get one, and that would be
I was
helpful.
going to say maybe just put that up
Yeah.
in the window just when you're...
Because, like, I can't stress to people enough. It's a bay window that, like, everyone on the street and, like, parallel street, people in the neighborhood, like, they talk about my Christmas tree because they're like, oh my God, I love seeing it. When the Christmas tree's not there, you do have an unobstructed view of the television, only from certain angles, though.
Have
and
you
I have to
taken
see
your,
how long.
your TV, your tree down?
Yeah.
You did it before my birthday.
I know.
That's
I
an
know.
early gift to me.
It is. And I even put it back in the garage. I still have, like, boxes of the other decorations that I haven't put the lids on and put them away yet, but
Okay.
I know.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Well, the issue is it got 80 degrees outside, and then I said, I need to take this shit fucking down.
Mm.
This doesn't align with the vibe.
And then along the same thing, Isabella said, heated rivalry is more than just sex. It's a really sweet story as well. Don't let the fetishing turn you away.
See, I wish more people would talk about it like that because everyone, I saw someone be like, oh my God, think that one of the guys' names is Hudson. They're like, Hudson, new photo shoot, Bush on Main. And I was like, Bush? And I look, the youths are losing the definition of words. That's not a bush. That's not even a happy trail.
I have beef with the use, but it's specifically about Bridgerton, and we'll bring it up next episode.
I don't know what they're talking about. Now I'm worried. I'm gonna have beef with them as well.
You will. Trust me.
I'm sure I'll have beef. I just had no. I wasn't aware that I had beef, and now I know that I'm mad at them, and I'll find out why.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else to share?
No, I in fact think that that's it.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back on Thursday for the rest of our review of the first half of Bridgerton. And I know people are mad that it's split up in two, but if you treat it like traditional TV and watch one episode a week, you will be caught up by the time the new episodes come out. So
Yep.
think about it that way. You don't have to binge everything.
No. Bring back appointment TV. Like,
And I
you guys
said
don't know
that
how good that was when we were watching How to Get Away with Murder or Scandal. Like, that shit was amazing.
Scandal itself is why people live tweet TV.
Mhm.
Live tweeting Scandal is what saved the show. Because if you watch the first season, it does not look like the second season. And they were on the cusp of maybe we're not going to get renewed. And so they would sit down in the writer's room with the TV on and would live tweet. We can't even do that anymore.
No.
Grey's Anatomy, there was a couple seasons, where they would have the characters in the show tweeting, and each character had their own Twitter, and then it would pop up during the show.
Okay, that's a little too much of an integration.
It was too much, but it was also interesting. It was just a little something they were trying out.
They tried it.
Yeah, they tried it, but Can't do that anymore.
No, and you know who would love that? Club Chalamet.
Yeah. And we'll be back again on Monday for Don't Blame Me.
Bye!
Bye!
This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.